Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Friday, February 25, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes, let's get straight into it. Also, don't forget to subscribe to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos, and if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. 5 plans are available for each and every one of you. You can get 30 extra betting picks all the way up to 500 extra betting picks per month. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting picks that ends up costing you a lot of money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Philadelphia 76ers vs Minnesota Timberwolves. The Philadelphia 76ers and the Minnesota Timberwolves collide at the Target Center on Friday night. Our first pick is Philadelphia 76ers +1. And here is why. Everyone is excited in Philadelphia to see the debut of Harden, but the question is going to be about the team chemistry. We know that Harden had issues in Brooklyn with the offense being run, so it will be interesting to see how he coexists with Embiid and Tobias Harris. The 76ers have been the best team in the league in limiting their turnovers at 11.7 per game. Harden was averaging 4.8 a game himself in Brooklyn, so that would be something to keep an eye on. The 76ers have won 3 of their last 4 games and 3 of their last 4 road games. They are playing well offensively, even on the road where they are making 48% of their shots. They are very aggressive on the offensive glass, which will lead to extra scoring opportunities. They've also cut back on their turnovers and won't give the Timberwolves easy scoring opportunities. The Timberwolves aren't very good defensively, and they played worse in recent games, giving up more than 114 points per game in their last 3 games. They are playing on consecutive nights and will be dealing with fatigue, so expect them to have a hard time slowing down the 76ers. The Timberwolves have lost 3 of their last 5 games. They usually play well offensively, but they aren't as efficient at home where they are making only 43% of their shots. They usually play well in the paint, but they will have their hands full with Embiid, who has been dominant in the paint and is grabbing more than 13 rebounds per game this month. They are very careless with the ball, which will cost them against a Philadelphia team that forces a lot of turnovers and had the 11th most efficient defense in the league, so expect the Timberwolves to have a hard time scoring in this game. Go with Philadelphia to cover the spread. And for our second pick, go with under 227. And here is why. Minnesota is averaging 113.2 points per game. They scored 91 points in their last game, making 39% of their field goals and 23.8% of their three-pointers. Karl Anthony Towns led the way for the Timberwolves with 24 points, 11 rebounds, and 3 assists. Jaden McDaniels finished with 18 points and 7 rebounds, while Patrick Beverley added 10 points and 3 assists. Minnesota has struggled defensively, giving up 111.7 points per game. They gave up 103 points in their last game and will need a similar effort if they want to win this game. Philadelphia is averaging 107.5 points per game. They scored 123 points in their last game, making 50% of their field goals and 35.3% of their three-pointers. Joel Embiid led the way for the 76ers with 42 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 assists. Tobias Harris finished with 19 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists, while Therese Maxey added 19 points and 4 rebounds. Philadelphia has played well defensively, giving up 106 points per game. They gave up 120 points in their last game and will need to do a better job if they want to get the win. Dallas Mavericks vs Utah Jazz. The Dallas Mavericks and the Utah Jazz duke it out at the Vivint Arena on Friday night. Our first pick is Dallas Mavericks +6. And here is why. Dallas is second in the NBA in points allowed at 103.3 points per game. Opponents are shooting 45.5% overall, which is 14th in the league, and only 33.5% from behind the three-point line, which is 4th best. The Mavericks are a bit suspect on the boards as Dallas averages 43.6 rebounds per game and is allowing an average of 44.2 boards per game. Luka Doncic is the king of the boards for Dallas with an average of 9.2 rebounds per game. Dorian Finney-Smith is the leader in steals with an average of 1.2 per contest. Maxi Kleber is the SWAT master with an average of 1.0 blocked shots per game. The Mavericks have won 6 of their last 7 games and 3 of their last 4 road games. They have been on a roll offensively, scoring more than 109 points per game, while making 47% of their shots and 43% of their three-pointers in their last 3 games. They were very aggressive on the offensive glass, grabbing more than 10 offensive rebounds per game in their last 3 games, which will lead to more scoring opportunities. They've also cut back on their turnovers and won't give the Jazz a lot of easy scoring opportunities. Even though the Jazz play well defensively, they will have a hard time slowing down the Mavericks in this game. The Mavericks have also played well defensively, even on the road, where they are holding opponents to 105 points per game. They are one of the best teams in the league when it comes to defending three-pointers, which is something Utah does well. They are very good on the defensive glass and force a lot of turnovers, so expect to take advantage of Utah's mistakes. With the two teams playing well at the moment, expect to see a close game and the Mavericks to play well enough to cover the spread. And for our second pick, go with under the total. And here is why. The Jazz had their 6-game winning streak snapped by the Lakers in their last game. They will try to bounce back from the loss with a win over the Mavericks, which will give them their 7th win in their last 8 games. The Mavericks are playing well at the moment and come into this game on a 2-game winning streak. They will try to keep the momentum going with a win over the Jazz, which will give them their 3rd win in a row and 7th win in their last 8 games. Los Angeles Clippers vs Los Angeles Lakers. The Los Angeles Clippers and the Los Angeles Lakers collide at the Crypto.com Arena on Friday night. Our first pick is the Lakers at -1. And here is why. The Clippers will be looking to improve on a season that has promised a lot but delivered very little. Of course, injuries have had a big part to play in their season, but a record of 30-31 will not please the team much. They beat the Houston Rockets 142-111 in their previous game. The Lakers have been ravaged by injuries and poor form that has forced them to go into the All-Star break with a record well below 0.500. They are now 27-31 for the season with plenty of work to be done to stand any chance of a postseason spot. They went into the break with a 106-101 win over the Utah Jazz in their previous game. LeBron James scored 33 points, including 15 in the final quarter, which helped in closing out a tight games in typical LeBron fashion. The Lakers are not playing well this season, and I am not even sure they will enter the playoffs. LeBron has been their most influential player on the floor, even with Anthony Davis on it, and the King James is unstoppable at the moment. He is the biggest reason I am backing the struggling Lakers to beat the city rivals, because this guy is not showing any signs of slowing down despite his age. It's a shame that the Lakers cannot stay healthy this year, but they still have more luck than the Clippers when it comes to health, so that cannot be an excuse. Still, the Lakers have what it takes to beat the Clips and avoid the 3rd H2H loss of the campaign. And for our second pick, go with under 223. And here is why. The Los Angeles Lakers are averaging 110.9 points on 46.6% shooting and allowing 112.4 points on 45.6% shooting. LeBron James is averaging 29.1 points and 7.9 rebounds, while Anthony Davis is averaging 23.1 points and 9.7 rebounds. Russell Westbrook is the 3rd double-digit scorer, and Carmelo Anthony is grabbing 4.2 rebounds. The Los Angeles Lakers are shooting 34.9% from beyond the arc and 72% from the free throw line. The Los Angeles Lakers are allowing 34.4% shooting from deep and are grabbing 44.8 rebounds per game. The Los Angeles Clippers are averaging 106.9 points on 45.5% shooting and allowing 107.7 points on 44.7% shooting. Norman Powell is averaging 21 points and 3 Disclaimer, no financial advice. The information on this channel is provided for education and informational purposes only, without any express or implied warranty of any kind, including warranties of accuracy, completeness, or fitness for any particular purpose. The information contained in or provided from or through this channel is not intended to be and does not constitute financial advice, investment advice, trading advice, or any other advice. The information on this channel and provided from or through this channel is general in nature and is not specific to you, the user, or anyone else. You should not make any decision, financial, investment, trading, or otherwise, based on any of the information presented on this channel without undertaking independent due diligence and consultation with a professional broker or financial advisory.